Hey guys, I hope that you guys are doing amazing wherever you are in the world. My name is Shikha, and I'm so grateful that you guys are here listening to my channel or watching my channel and listening to my podcast or however you guys are listening to me. I really appreciate it. In this video, I want to speak to you guys about happiness. It's a weird topic, I know, but I'm actually thinking about this a few days ago. I was lying in bed or I was sitting up in bed and I was staring off into space, as I always do when I wake up in the morning. I spend at least half an hour just sitting there and staring off into space, daydreaming, thinking about where my life is going. Do I like the way I spent my day yesterday? Do I like the way I'm going to spend my day today? Am I happy? Why am I happy? What makes me happy? I ask all these random questions because I find it really fascinating, because random things will make me unhappy and random things will make me happy, and I really like to know what does, so I can eliminate the things that make me unhappy and bring more of the stuff that makes me happy. And obviously I'm talking about the ebbs and flows of emotions and feelings, so it goes up and down all the time, whereas my internal happiness level is always steady. I'm always joyful to be alive, but obviously there's some things that go up and down that says, ugh, I'm really feeling weird today, or ugh, I feel so happy today, why? I ask that question a lot, actually. And I've realized, because I ask this question a lot, I ask this question to myself at least 3 or 4 times a day, because as hormones go up and down, as the temperature goes up and down, as things happen, our happiness levels go up and down with it, right? Our joy level, or whatever you want to call it, it goes up and down. You think to yourself, I don't feel right now. What happened? And you realize suddenly, I'm just hungry. And once you eat some food, you feel better again. Or you're like, I feel really happy right now. What happened that made me so happy? And you realize that you got a really nice comment from a viewer, and that made you really happy and ecstatic to be alive, And so I was kind of watching myself. I'm observing myself. I'm asking myself these questions over and over again. Okay, are you happy? Are you happy? Okay, good. And why are you happy? What made you happy right now in this moment in time? Or what makes you unhappy in this moment in time? It's such an important question to ask, but I feel like most people don't ask that question to themselves, and it's really confusing to me, because isn't that what everyone's striving towards anyways? Isn't that one of the most important things that we want on this planet, is to be happy? And so why aren't you asking yourself why you are unhappy or happy, and what makes you happy or unhappy? Why aren't you focusing on that on a daily basis, right? It doesn't make any sense to me that people don't. And so that's why I decided to do this video, is to remind you guys that this question is one of the most important questions you can ask yourself on a daily basis. Another question that I ask myself is a lot is, do I like the work that I'm doing? And am I being creative enough in my life? Because those are the things that are really important to me, right? I love my creativity. I want to be as creative as much as possible in the world. As much of my time should be spent on creative endeavors. And also, I want to make sure that I'm spending my life the way I want to, rather than being stifled by societal demands or parental demands or sibling demands, whatever it might be, right? Partner demands. And so, as I said, I ask these important questions on a daily basis, and I realize certain things make me happy, certain things don't. And as I was sitting there on the bed and I was staring off into space, I had a realization that there's nothing that is typical that makes me happy. For example, if you think about it, everyone is told that money will make you happy. But in my case, it has been completely the opposite, where I don't have that much money. I have freedom, for sure. I have freedom of time and space and location, but I don't have that much money, if you think about it. And I'm still happy, right? And so I was thinking to myself, I don't have that much money, especially because I think I have less money this year than I have last year, because I'm doing a lot of interesting business projects, and I've spent some of my money on that. I've invested into that. The new business that I started with the bags that I'm selling, it took a little bit of my cash flow, and so I have less money this year than last year, perhaps. And I was thinking to myself, I'm still happy. That's odd. And then I started kind of going through the list of things that society tells us we need in order to be happy. So I was like, money? No, not really. Status? Absolutely not. I don't have any status in the world. In fact, if you talk to any of my family members or my family friends or anyone in my life, really, they would wonder why I gave up my life where I had I had an MBA, I could have gone places, I could have been in the corporate world, I could have moved up the ladder, I could have been a CMO or a CEO or vice president, a VP, or whatever all of those bullshit titles are, right? I could have done all that stuff. As you can see, that makes me angry. And so I don't have that. I don't have status at all in the world. If someone looked at me, they would think I was just a homeless bum off the street, especially the way I dress, especially the way I move around the world. So I don't have that either, but I'm still happy. And I started kind of going through the list. Money, status. I don't really have a home right now. I'm living with my parents right now because I'm going back to Thailand soon, and I don't really want to have like a permanent home. So I whenever I come back to Toronto, I just stay with my parents. So I really don't have like a permanent home either. I don't have really nice clothes. All of my clothes, you can tell, are really, really torn up, and I usually get all of my stuff from clothing swaps. This I got from a clothing swap. This jacket I got from a clothing swap. These gloves I got from a clothing swap. This sweater that I'm wearing inside, this turtleneck, is my sister's donation to me. She doesn't like it anymore, so she gave it to me. It's like a hand-me-down. If you notice my shoes and my tights, they're all from clothing swaps. I get all of my stuff either from clothing swaps. I do buy a couple of things that are important, like my laptop is not used because it's so important to me. My phone is also a hand-me-down from my mother. This tripod that I'm recording this on, I bought it from Amazon. Same thing with the microphone that I'm using, I bought it from Amazon. Certain things I do buy, like electronics mostly, because you can't buy them used, or I feel like I'd rather have them new. But clothing, almost all of my clothing is used, is from clothing swaps, and it's torn up, and it looks old. I like it. It's comfortable. It's soft. The material has been worn in, and so I love it. But again, if you looked at it from the outside in, I don't have brand name clothes for sure, and I don't have really nice clothes either. So that's not something that's important to my happiness either, because I'm still happy. I love what I'm wearing right now. It's funky. It's cool. It's different. No one really has this kind of combination of clothing, and so I like it. But again, not on the list of things that society tells us will make us happy, and I still am happy, which is kind of surprising, isn't it? As you can see, that there's a trend here. There's a trend here that I wanted to kind of delineate for you guys, especially if you guys haven't been thinking about happiness at all, which probably a lot of you haven't. I hope you have. I really hope that you have, but that's not something that people really think about. And so I really want you guys to think about my example as the fact that, I've thought about it for a long period of time, and I know that typical things that people say, society says, government says, parents say, partners say, anyone says, that is going to make us happy doesn't actually make us happy, right? Because I don't have any of those things. I really don't. And I'm sitting here absolutely ecstatically pleased with my life and happy to the brim. I am so grateful to be alive, and so grateful that I'm here, so grateful that I get to be here with you guys for this moment in time at least. Who knows what's going to happen tomorrow? Who knows what's going to happen day after tomorrow? But I'm here right now, and I'm so happy to be here, and I'm so happy for everything that I have, everything that I don't have, everything that I am, everything that I don't get to be, everything. I'm just so grateful for it all. And so obviously the lesson for me while I was sitting there staring off into space was that I need to remember this lesson over and over and over and over and over again. Whenever I think to myself, my jacket's looking a little dingy. Maybe I should get a new jacket. Maybe that'll make me happy. I have to remember that you're already happy. Not only that, but things will not make you happy. Money won't make you happy. A house won't make you happy. Children will not make you happy. If you get some kids, maybe you're like, maybe if I just had some kids, that would make me happy. No. Unless that's something that's really fulfilling to you. I mean, there's a difference between just getting kids because they're going to make you happy versus something that you're like, I want to give back to the world by being the best parent ever. So things are not going to make you happy. Like that iPad that you've been craving, yeah, get it because you want it, because you think it's going to be cool, because it's going to help you, but don't get it because you think that you're going to be the happiest person on this planet after it, right? And also goals. Achieving goals will not make you happy either, because there's so many things that I wanted to achieve for the longest time, and I know now, because I have achieved a bunch of goals that I had in my life that I had for the longest time. Like I wanted to be a digital nomad, I wanted to be location independent, I wanted to be a YouTuber, I wanted to be a podcaster, I wanted to be a blogger. I mean, there's a lot of things on that list that I've accomplished in the last 2 or 3 years. And I realized that, yes, it has made me that person that I really wanted to be, and I'm really ecstatic to be living this life. But the happiness that I was looking for, it actually came from inside of me. It didn't come because I achieved those things on the outside. It came because I became that person that I've always wanted to become. That person that's strong and individualistic and independent and brilliant. And not to I sound so egotistical right now, but I'm saying that I've become that person that I've always aspired to become. And I'm still on that journey. I have not completed it. I still am improving every single day. But I'm saying that I've achieved that. And that's what makes me happy. Not because I am a YouTuber now, but because the person that I am that does these videos is what I wanted to become for the longest time. And I'm so grateful that it came from inside of me rather than outside of me. I hope this makes sense. Sometimes I do these videos because I spend a lot of time actually sitting in bed or kind of sitting in parks or sitting people watching, and I let my mind wander and I just think about what's going on within me. What am I thinking about? And I think, oh, this is an interesting topic, and I just do a video on it. So I don't know if you guys are gonna be, I don't know if you're gonna get anything out of this, but I hope you do. I know you probably know already that, money doesn't make you happy or blah, 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 blah. But it's a different thing when you actually live it, right? It's actually weird when you sit down and you're like, I'm really happy today. But there's nothing in my life that should really make me happy. And so that when you have that realization that you're happy just because you're happy, because you're you and you're doing the things that you want to do and you're being creative and life is good, when you realize that, no one can take that happiness away from you. Do you know what I'm saying? Because it doesn't come from something that you can lose. It doesn't come from something that you can gain. It doesn't come from someone else. It doesn't come from something else. It just comes from within you, and it can never be snatched away from you. It comes from within you, and it will stay with you and it'll stick with you until the end of time, because it's you. It's the essence of you. And that's why that's the kind of happiness that that's the kind of happiness that should be treasured. That's the kind of happiness that we should strive for, I believe, right? Again, as I said, I hope this makes sense. If you guys have any questions at all, please message me anytime. I'm so grateful that you guys are listening and watching and subscribing to my channel. And I hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye for now.